am Maria. I'm from Greece and I participated in Open Dialogue Café with the topic of elections and European citizenship.
Welcome.
Amazing. So, shall we start?
Yes,
What do you think?
I think we can start. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Antonella and I'm the project manager of Open Dialogue Café in Greece. And sometimes I also coordinate some of the events with helping, the young volunteers who are actually running it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Chloe. What would you say to your friends and how would you convince them that, because we said we need to vote, right? How would you convince them to vote? What would you, just one sentence or one small argument of why should they vote?
Yeah, and what convinced you to do so? What did you learn today? What are the main outcomes from today's session?
If I had to convince my friends in order to vote, I would say with just a phrase that if you want to change the world, you can start from yourself. So your vote is like your voice. Go for it.
Wow, okay. I think, we need a round of applause for this.
Hello, I am Maria. I am from Albania and today it was a pleasure to participate in Open Dialogue Café in the topic of EU citizenship and European elections.
I would say that this topic for me, personally, it was always very boring for some reason. And with this kind of events, I can see why is it so important and that we really have to learn more stuff and educate ourselves. And as Maria said, our voice matters, every voice matters. And if I had to say to my friends something, I would say just learn, educate yourself with this, participate in as many things as you want, and just vote.
In my case, I feel European because I have had the luck and the chance of traveling a lot and of meeting many different nationalities and a lot of European Union and not European Union countries and people from there. So today it was also a nice chance and opportunity for me to remember how small and large at the same time this neighborhood is.
No, I think that the majority of young people is not that much engaged and aware of European politics, and this is time to change.
There are so many things actually that they can happen. We have to see first of all the needs of the young people and then what they do these days. We have to see which, for example, I will give one example because I want to be more clear. To get them more engaged, we don't have to do the campaigns or everything we do in the same way we did it in the past years. Young people nowadays use more social media and the internet than the television, for example. So I would say that we can use those tools and those media to pass the messages and make them more engaged.
A nice way to modernize the election system, it would be to create an online accessible platform, let's say, that every citizen of European Union could be able to access it and knows about his rights or vote in this way. So, independently the age or the area that you live, you will have equal rights and your voice can be heard as other people's voice.
There are quite a lot of events on the topic, so we had to think of a way to make it more appealing for the young people to participate. So we needed to give this informal dimension of this event, and also that it's just a discussion. It's not like we need to reach a huge conclusion or that we will actually vote or something. And the second part was to bring the language down into more graspable terms. And I think that was the achievement, that we brought it into more personal experiences. So that kind of like helped the people and the participants to be able to express themselves on topics that maybe they had never heard before, or that they were not so eager to hear about.
I really enjoyed it. It was another special topic of Open Dialogue Cafe. I met new people. We talked about this more important topic. We exchanged our thoughts, and I really enjoyed the part that we had to create a pre-election campaign and to work in teams and exchange our opinions.
All right, so just to sum up, we all agree that youth participation is very important, and the way politics is structured, it does not allow so many young voices to be represented into the processes. So that's why we would like to advocate for more inclusive practices, more open ones, and for young people to be able to be educated already at school, and then later on to be able to create these processes within their networks, and after that to be represented on a political level. So we all agree to go from bottom-up approach. So starting from the bottom, like from the youth voices, going all the way up to the political representation.
Okay, so thank you for sharing like all of these, guys. It was really interesting and useful to hear all your diverse and very insightful inputs.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Ciao.